Hey there, houseplant friends! This is a Zamioculcas, or a ZZ plant for short. They are also sometimes known as the Zanzibar gem or eternity plants. If you are a beginner houseplant person, or if you just have a black thumb, then the ZZ plant is the plant for you. They are incredibly difficult to kill because they can tolerate a wide range of conditions and they just thrive off neglect. So I have compiled an in-depth care guide for ZZ plants. So if you have one in your home and you're wondering how to best care for it, keep on watching. ZZ plants can tolerate a wide range of lighting conditions. They are often considered low light plants, and while it is true that they will survive in low light, there is a difference between surviving and thriving. They will do just fine in a low light situation. They still need some light. Remember, a completely dark room is not going to be good for them. But if you really want your ZZ plant to thrive, then I would recommend putting it in a moderate to bright light place. Just be careful to keep it out of direct light because that can burn their leaves. Pretty much the only way to kill a ZZ plant is to overwater it. So in the soil here, you can't see, but there are big potato-like tubers, and they are part of the root system, but they also hold a lot of moisture for the plant. So that makes them incredibly drought tolerant. It is best to wait for the soil to dry out completely before you water it. So what I like to do is, just to be on the safe side, I let the soil completely dry out and then I'll let it stay dry for about a week before I water it again. Just because I really don't want to risk any sort of rot or overwatering to occur. For me, that works out to be about every 2 to 3 weeks in the summer and about once every 4 to 5 weeks in the winter. Bear in mind, watering schedules are really not something that you should stick to. It all depends on what sort of conditions you provide in your own home, but that's sort of a rough guide to how often I water my ZZ plant. Related to watering is of course soil. ZZ plants need a very well draining soil mix. I recommend a cactus and succulent mix, and I would also recommend amending that mix with something like perlite just to increase drainage and to reduce the likelihood of overwatering. And always plant your ZZ plant in a pot with drainage holes. That really goes for any plant. I don't really think you should put any plant in a pot that doesn't have drainage holes, but for this particular plant especially, you need a well-draining pot as well as well-draining soil. Normal household temperatures are just fine for ZZ plants. They will grow faster in warmer temperatures. Try to avoid any particularly cold temperatures, so really anything below 8 degrees Celsius, try and keep your ZZ plant out of that. Likewise, normal household humidity is just fine for ZZ plants. The leaves of ZZ plants are prone to catching dust, so I would recommend regular wiping down of the leaves just to help the plant photosynthesize better. What I like to do is whenever I go to water my ZZ plant, I take it outside and I wash it down with the hose at the same time, and that does a pretty good job at keeping its leaves clean. And as for fertilizing, it really doesn't need a whole lot of feeding. Cactus fertilizer will do just fine. If it is a synthetic fertilizer, cut it by half and probably feed it maybe once a month or so in the warmer months, and that will be just fine to keep your ZZ plant happy. It's basically everything you need to know to keep your ZZ plant happy. The really key thing to remember is not to overwater it. That's pretty much the only way you're going to kill your ZZ plant. Other than that, they are tolerant of pretty much everything else you can throw at them. So I hope this video is helpful for you. If there's anything I missed, please leave it in a comment down below. And if you have a ZZ plant, we'd love to hear how you care for yours, what sort of conditions you grow yours in. Yeah, that's everything from me today. Thank you very much for watching, as always. If you'd like to see more planty content, then feel free to subscribe to this channel. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!